9/14/2019. I'm retard. On to you.
Okay, so get this. What if corporation bad?
That's gear. We already have that. Sorry.
Yeah.
No. What if corporation bad?
We already
But
have that.
what?
Didn't you hear
No,
me? I
no,
just said
but
corporation bad. I said corporation bad. Why aren't you applauding? Corporation
Someone
bad.
give this man a medal.
Give this man his pimp cup.
but
Damn.
what? Hey, Kursk. What if Apple bad?
Wait, Curse. How could you say
I plead
something
the fifth.
so brave yet so bold?
Biggest head, he's here.
Oh.
Vegemite Man.
He actually made.
We
Oh
just
my
started
God.
like 2 seconds ago.
This is incredible.
Welcome, biggest head. The fucking
Yeah, sorry about that.
loser.
Sorry. I just sometimes lose track of time, especially when you wake up at like 6:30 on a Sunday. Bloody hell. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Well, you had to go to
today?
church anyway, don't you?
Do
You
I
go to
what?
church, right?
No.
What?
Yikes.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh no.
Yikes. Yikes.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
I had a customer ask me if I knew what Allahu Akbar meant.
I think we need a vote of
No,
disconfidence on
dude.
Biggest head. He doesn't
You're
go to
just
church.
lying.
Did you just say a
No,
vote of
ironically,
disconfidence?
No, you're
I
just
He doesn't go to
lying.
church.
I wish I could. Oh my god! I wish I was recording.
I wish.
He
Yeah,
literally
I'm
he saw my
recording.
name. He saw my name tag and he was like, he said like, "Are you from the like? Have you ever like visited the Middle East?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Are you sand
Once.
person?
Once when I was like, really young. And he's like, "Do you know? Do you know what Allahu Akbar means?" I'm like, yeah." No. He said, "Do you speak Arabic?" Before that, and then he asked me that. Then I was like, yeah." And he said, "Yeah, I told that to a Syrian doctor once, and he got really scared. He thought I was a terrorist." And I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
But
Is that Megabase or is that Autiscore? I don't.
I hate your racist ass. He was like a boomer with like Gene everything. He had a Gene coin purse.
Okay, I actually have something for this. I've been asked
Okay.
to present this from. Sorry?
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is from Gearhart and Psychotoby. They're working on some aspects of research division. They just wanted me to present this summary, just make sure nothing's being objected to. So this is what they say. We're creating a new research subdivision for occult studies, which will be composed of Kabbalics, Theistics, and Parapsychology. We'd also make new departments in the Bureau of Acquisition to replace the relocated departments related to field research and possibly espionage. One of these new departments will be responsible for determining the anomalous properties of phenomena, gathering the information used to create the description. Okay. This department, along with the Protocol Laboratory in Containment and Mobile MST in Protection, would be taken by the department in I'm just gonna paste it.
Yeah, it's too bloody early for this.
Well,
Sounds cool.
yeah, recording guys. I guess recording bros. I guess you don't get any of this.
Nigger.
Unless I read it out
It's
for
only
you.
like, the last couple words. That would register the phenomena and compile this information into the RPC document.
I mean, it sounds cool, but
Would be
couldn't kill me
taken
with
by
it.
a department.
Yeah, I
Wait.
don't know.
What? Yeah, what does taken by a department in administrative division mean?
Espionage definitely isn't research division. It's
No.
protection or administration.
Talk to them about it.
Occult studies. It feels like they're just making a. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but this entire description it reeks of It reeks of the Nazi occult division, like this description word for word.
What's Adam Waffen?
I'm
No, I don't think there's an issue with that.
I never said there was. Idiot.
Okay, then, Blaren. Fatty.
You okay?
Yeah, you
Jenny?
talk to them if you want to know any more about it.
Well, it sounds interesting. I would like to see it actually written down.
Yep, so would I. Hopefully they do.
All right. I think one of the things we do need to actually talk about is neutralized colors because we couldn't agree in the staff meeting.
It's dumb. The whole point of having gray is to signify that it's dead.
I like it for when it's like not actually anomalous anymore, but it still is dangerous. I think it's cool.
I mean, our neutralized class also encompasses pretty much everything, like explained, deceased, like
about
all of those subclasses in SCP
I
are
got
just
an
all
idea.
one class. What's that?
How about for neutralized RPCs, it's like the class it used to be, but with like faded colors, or the faded color of it.
I actually kind of like that.
I don't know.
I
We
don't know, I
can do
think
we
it would
can we
work.
can do that faded color thing, but I think it should always be gray if it's been completely destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more about just opening up the opportunity to write it. If they can find a justifiable reason to do that, then why?
Okay, but how does this make me money?
Laren,
So
Laren,
I'm
your
looking-
father wanted to put ads on the site. You got to get him to.
More colors, more icons, more merchandise.
True though.
Ooh.
I don't
I
want
don't
more
like
gay.
I don't like colors.
cheese
I don't
spread.
like colors are in Kino. Everyone only wants to buy gray, black, and white
You
RPC
only wear
clothing.
monochrome
That's
at
true.
RPC.
That's true. Oh. Yeah, the faded idea is pretty good, and I'm pretty sure Vizlox, the Ultra Janny, can do that in like 5 seconds, so.
The Janny without any recognition.
I mean,
I can't.
it all
My
comes down
computer-
to
I don't
who
have
actually
access to
wants
my
to do
computer.
this shit. You don't have access to
Tell
your
Gloop to
computer?
do it.
Oh man, I guess it's done. I guess I can't do it.
Gloop has to do it. I'm sorry. It's gotta be Gloop.
Oh man, I don't have somebody do the work for me. Oh man,
Hey,
this
hey.
idea isn't so good anymore. I don't like it.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know
Gloopy
who's gonna
Poopy,
do
hey,
that.
Gloopy Poopy, it's your turn.
Who?
It's you, it's your turn. Gloop.
I don't know who that is. This is a Wendy's.
So basically, I'm Mumkey.
Pretty
It's,
much.
Gloop, I'm gonna remove your ex-staff role if you don't do it.
I don't even have an ex-staff role.
I don't have any. I don't have any leverage over you, Gloop. I'm gonna reveal your
You're gonna
gay
give him owner
fucking
again.
stoner
Gotta give you
name.
owner again.
What, Kyle?
Now I don't have any leverage again.
I was gonna do it.
I'll reveal what shitty state you live in.
California.
California. Sorry for being late. Did I miss anything, or did we get bogged down on one?
Nothing important. Something
Alright, so
about
this is
what is
this
essentially
out
a
to the
Nazi occult division for research that we said, yeah, that's fine. And we're talking about neutralized colors now. We've mostly agreed that we're going to use faded colors for neutralized, but items that are completely destroyed will be remaining gray. And now we're looking for someone to get the work done because all of us are too lazy to do it ourselves.
I mean, I
By
was
the
already
way,
gonna
you
do
heard
it
it
if
here
I didn't
first to
do
the
it.
audience. If you know someone in California with the name of Kyle who's on the sex offender registry, please, it's Gloop, and we need you to find him.
You didn't even
Thank
listen
you.
out.
I'll do it when I have my computer again. Next
Mhm.
topic.
Stop it.
Next
Well,
up.
I have 2 hazard proposals.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Hazard proposal? This is quite a shock to me. I did not know this ahead of time.
First up, we have the religious hazard. This object/anomaly/event has deep roots and relationships with a mainstream or minor religion.
That's just-
that would just- That's unnecessary.
That would be like ideological.
It's not a hazard.
That's not a
Yeah.
hazard.
That's
It's
too
not a
specific.
hazard.
All right.
It's like when people wanted to add that God hazard.
Laren, my
I
god
think-
is
I
a
think-
hazard. And
Hazard of bad
second
writing.
is
Base.
the idea.
Alright, what's the other one?
Well,
See, of
course it's a Jewish
to
thing.
answer the idea that it would be an ideological hazard, the idea isn't that it changes your ideology. It's just like, for instance, the spear of destiny would be a religious.
RPC.
But that's not a hazard. That's just
It's
what
not
it
really
is.
a has. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a descriptor, not a.
RPC 339, the Prophet Muhammad.
Oh,
Give it
God.
to
Well.
I like this one.
That's my favorite RPC. Okay.
The image, a depiction of RPC 399.
RPC
Wait, no.
427, Bashir al-Assad.
Alright, second one. What's the second
What do you mean?
Uh,
He's the site director.
one? Alright.
Medical hazard? That's not a hazard.
Yeah.
If it has
That
healing
mean?
properties,
That doesn't
it is
mean-
by definition not a hazard.
I mean, I suppose you could flip it in that it's damaging to the
That's
health.
that's
but,
like what all of our hazards are do though.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Curse. Can we start a new splinter that's called the GSB? It stands for God, Syria, and Bashar.
Yes. The Syrian
can I-
Arab army.
What
Bring
about
up some
BBB
hazards
Corporation?
that
That's
I'm
different.
trying to bring up this hazard that I've been trying to get done for some time, but finding the right logo for it has just been an absolute bitch. It's
Oh,
the
why don't you make
creation hazard.
Or do you not have any artistic ability?
I
Lupus
don't
are
have
logo
any
slave.
things.
So what's the creation hazard? What does it do?
It's basically an anomaly that can create other things, whether it be mundane or anomalous. Is
See, well, this is a big problem with the hazard list. Is that's not a hazard. It's just a
it
thing
is a
that it
hazard
does.
because it could
That's just a
create.
thing that it does.
Well,
Idea.
there's a lot-
Let's rename hazards to categories.
The thing I don't like about RPCs that can create things is matter can't be created or destroyed, so it would have to take something in to create it.
Well, I
No,
know that
that's not true. We have a stupid fucking squirrel.
I know that
Yeah,
it's I know
we have
that
a
it's a
squirrel that
listen,
violates that.
I know that it's a rule on RPC that all of our items that are called anomalies and are inherently anomalous have to follow the laws
Yeah,
of
but
physics.
don't you think that there would be like some, way for people to say, hey, we just found out that this anomaly can completely change the way we look at our universe?
We literally have a hazard
literally
for
have anomalies like-
stuff that breaks the laws of physics.
Oh, you know those sentient.
See, then why don't we actually have like events surrounding that? Like, what if one of those got stolen and then it gets,
You can do
used-
that, my dude.
Yeah.
might
You're
have
too fat and lazy to do it, you sack of shit.
I would have
Pretty
to
much
write.
Almost
Yeah,
every
that's true.
violates our understanding of reality. in
And
some
I mean, well, this is the thing though, is that the fact that the anomalies are really like if it's like a rock that anomalously like just generates a sandwich once every 10 years, it breaks the laws of physics, but it's not changed the world or anything.
Right, so also,
Eventually.
Eventually.
this could
Hey,
also
man.
partially fall under self-replication
What if
hazard.
Hitler was starving and he needed a sandwich? And that
No.
rock-
What if it was on a different world 5 million light years away and you got there and it was a sandwich world?
They would all be moldy.
No, what if it didn't have an atmosphere? It was in the void.
Tuna sandwich planet.
The
Sandwich
ball.
planet.
The ball.
It'll all be sandwiches you don't like.
Actually, wouldn't it have bacteria and it would
They'll
you would
all be
No,
just
but
be a
if it-
life
if it's-
sandwich
if
world?
if the planet didn't have an atmosphere, all the sandwiches would get blown into space.
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
What?
Sandwich tornado.
What is that cloud in the distance? Oh god.
Is it May? Is that
gonna
May
need
or
a-
is that Coombe?
We're gonna need a bigger plate.
It's just a
RP
problem for Cloudy. with
RP
cancer
RPC
people.
671, the 20-year-old.
Cloudy with a chance of fucking planet collision.
The chance of Coombe.
That would be pretty cool, like a sandwich, but like, it's like its own bio
It's
thing.
made of coup.
RPC launches a probe into Jupiter and finds out it's actually just a giant.
And finds out it's actually made of coup.
What is? Could you stop?
Dog.
It's not funny.
Okay, Coop. Oh, what, Coupon? Are you getting disgusted, Blake? Okay, Coupon.
Oh, I wish I had. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh my
Please.
god, you
All
are
right,
incel-
all
oh my
right,
god,
all
you
right.
incel
All right,
I
son.
didn't say anything.
Come on. Let's
Okay,
at least
come on,
get back to the
shut up.
conversation at hand. So
Hey,
the
guys, come on, keep it
hazard
low.
isn't
I mean,
I don't
Darky,
it
please.
part of it falls under self-replicating hazard, but part of it doesn't.
I know, but I'm just saying, if it is a creation hazard, it could be like, what if this was like an anomaly that was constantly spitting out these mundane objects? It would be part of its containment protocol. If it was like spitting out all like these little sapient
Yeah,
creatures,
it would
then-
be part of the containment protocol, but doesn't need its own dedicated specific.
I don't know. Maybe we should just change self-replication to replication.
Yeah, might be
Yeah.
better.
Hey, that's a very pragmatic solution.
Yeah. All right. So, coupon, go change that.
That sounds good.
Do it.
Self-replication to what?
Do it
sorry?
already.
Just
Replication.
replication.
Yeah,
Coupon,
we're getting rid of
just
the self.
listen.
Getting rid of the
Big
self.
light.
I don't know why it was ever self-replication. That seems like probably someone else wanted their hazard to have that. Their RPC to have that hazard, and they made it specifically for their RPC.
That's the story behind half of the hazards on the fucking.
Yeah.
Story behind everything on the site, buddy.
And in fun fact,
Damn.
it's the reason for more than half of the object classes on SCP-2.
Basically,
Thaumium.
so
meal.
we figured out we're changing that to just replicate.
Uh-huh.
All right, next bit, persons of interest. And
Oh,
what
here
we're
we
gonna
go.
do with that? I know we kind of decided to treat persons of interest like MSTs are treated. So we have the registry, which are like the big important MSTs, and then you have the list of MSTs, which is a very brief description of MSTs, and it's a whole list of all of them that appear on the site. I also drew up a bit of a person of interest example that would go on that that person of interest registry list.
Mhm.
It's more expanded than what our current example on the site is. So it's more difficult to make, but I think ultimately it will be more rewarding to get on that.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Why do we even have POIs if we only have one of them right now? When the systems we've had the system since September of 2018.
Yeah, I agree. Can we just delete the page until we actually have a
Yeah,
significant
yeah, we
amount
brought
of
that.
interest?
Yeah, we brought that up during the staff meeting, and I think we agreed that until we actually.
I
had
think
some-
I'll just take it off the top bar for a while, so the people who actually care can access it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We
All
have
right,
quite a
yeah, well,
couple of
take it off the top bar. That's fine. But I just want your opinion on setting it up like, even if it's not on the top bar.
We can set a standard, but at the same time, I'm gonna say you don't have to use this standard. This is just an example, as always.
Yeah. I mean, format breaks are basically part of this our writing's identity.
You're an incel.
Shut up. You're
Intrusive.
Inkwell.
Well,
Inkwell.
we'll
I-
say-
All right, I'll take it off the top bar right now.
if we're going like an MST register kind of style with the POIs, that'd actually be like really super well done, because we've got like a bunch of POIs that are in development, but they're not.
Well, that's.
But then-
I mean, that's.
I think another thing we kind of
POI.
decided on in the lore meeting was, well, the requirements for a POI was what we had. It was like 3 articles, and the issue with that is, persons of interest are so much smaller than a GOI, because there's a lot less interest to write for a person of interest besides that one person writing for it or those 2 people writing for it. And 3 articles is actually a decently high requirement to ask someone.
Hey, can I say something?
No, it's just gonna be another shitpost.
No,
Continue,
I'm
Luther.
serious. I'm serious.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I went on that MST thing that Lupin posted, right? And I clicked on this one called X-Ray 6 Nullifiers, and I clicked on one of the operations. It's called Operation Apocalypse. Stabilize the relationship between USA and USSR. Diffuse the rising tension of the Cuban embargo. Prevent World War III. Success.
Yeah, that. Yeah, you. Okay. That's Hellsberg's.
I don't see how that relates to RPC.
I don't
Well,
remember
that's
writing that.
Uh,
Hellsberg.
that's Hellsberg's. Hellsberg, I feel like may have just gone and looked at every single large historical event and large.
No, I don't remember writing this.
You.
Never read it.
I'm serious. I don't remember writing this.
I didn't know who wrote it, but I just want to say I don't see how I don't see, just logically speaking, why this would happen.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. Let me delete it. Who the fuck wrote this?
It wasn't me. It was the black man.
World War III prevented. Ha.
Epic mode.
So Reddit, we did it.
If Hellsberg didn't write it, I have no fucking clue who wrote it.
I can't believe Kursk wrote this. It's
I don't
so...
know. Let's look at who edited this.
Oh wait, I cut out. Are we talking about Side 02 yet?
No, we're talking about X-Ray 6 and nullifiers, which I have had a lot of problems in the past because they're the only MST that just doesn't fucking carry any weapon, not even like a fucking Swiss Army knife. Well, come on.
They carry 30-centimeter fiber wire. So they can
Hold on. Yeah, let me see if I remember correctly. Aren't the nullifiers the MST go on the internet or some shit and delete forum posts?
No, they're the squad made up of literal fucking 5 hitmen from Hitman 2016 and fucking just walk in with nothing and kill everything.
Bosun, that's just the JIDF.
No, but I remember they had the MST art that had the little internet like X out of tab symbol on their MST. You can see that.
I propose a new MST. I call them the janitors.
Hey, I have my MST. It's actually fair, but I didn't really make an actual page for it. But I will if people want to use it.
Oh,
I call them the janitors.
I was going to like get Golf 11 out.
See, they're realistic. They're just first responders.
So what's
anyways,
the new POI sample requirements?
Yeah, we need to figure out requirements for like this full page POI.
Full page POI. Fuck it. We need POIs to not become what GOIs are becoming, which is really hard, which is one person gives a shit about the POI and no one else does, and then that POI goes on ad nauseum with one person writing about how they're so super cool and no one else even talks about them.
Can I clarify something real quick?
Yeah,
the
go
POI
ahead.
page. So it was intended to be like POIs are this Wally this self-contained writing thing with this long ass article page right from a format. It was meant to be like what GOIs are, but distilled into one person. But then that identity's caught between another one, which is more like a repository for existing characters on the site, so you can see the more popular and well-used characters. And from what I understand, we're trying to split the difference here. Like, you can still write that super involved POI. This is like the whole aim of the project POI. Or you can enter just a little entry from a guy who appeared in a bunch of tales or something.
Yeah.
I'd say that's about correct, but
okay.
I don't think anyone's happy with how it currently is.
I think one thing we can do to, prevent that overpowered Mary Sue esque. Well, I think first of all we need to treat it like the registry, and that if you're gonna write one of these huge POIs, you should run it past War Team, like how we handle the MSTs.
That's me.
Who are you?
Of course, anyone can edit just the list of all personnel or whatever we would title it, and it would be treated like the MSTs, just a small little text blurb. What the person's name is, and then a link to any articles that feature that person.
Yeah, I'd be for that.
Because that's like the sort of character repository one. Because there's a difference between POI entries that are made to be on the hub and be like this project, versus just characters that exist in other places, and then they randomly qualify for the POI, and there they go. They don't have a long article that's specifically for the POI page. Interesting.
I mean, basically, yeah, that's how I imagined we should do it.
I think the issue with a lot of POIs is if they're like a villain sort of person, they should be somewhat like relatable. You know what I mean? Like they should have a reasonable, you know, motivation for what they're doing. The issue is that a lot of these POIs are just like cliches, so no one cares about them because there's nothing discerning of them.
Yeah, we need some POIs with some like diverse opinions, like how Israel invaded Palestine.
Hey, say no more, fam.
Brave.
Let's not get politically, mate.
Brave.
Oi, listen, mate.
Oi, listen.
No, I'm bloody British, man. I'm just an Aussie, man. Anyway, like I'm saying, I remember we did have like one really interesting POI. I think a scriber was going to work on.
I'm writing a tale, but God, if you'll ever see it, yeah, the Chinese guy.
Unironically, and you're gonna cringe when I say this, but unironically, the most interesting POI we had in the works was being written by Synatic.
Are you
Oh,
about
what
to
was
say,
he? Can you red pill me on it?
Are you about to say
I'm
this
sorry,
is a
Alex
Battle
Jones
Atlantis
Demon
POI?
Hunter was the most interesting. You're
No,
wrong.
I'm sorry. The
Oh my God, if you
the Atlantis POI was the best one. I'm sorry.
No.
I hate to say it, but
wait,
it's true.
Wait, if this is the Atlantis POI, I thought you were gonna bloody talk about like the Kreiner / Bodhi like mix with like the Nazi guy.
I don't know much about that. I don't know much about.
Brody?
No, it's a different one. No, it's a different one. He had two.
Yeah, he had two. One of them was supposed
The
to be, like,
Atlantis
a
one.
Nazi
The Atlantis one was much.
timeline. And the other one was supposed to be like the hoarder of the Emerald Tablets in the city of Atlantis or something like that.
The Atlantis one was actually.
that
good.
real?
I don't really know what was going on.
It was real. Remember, I was
Whatever.
on the law server around this time. I still remember it.
Henry Mengele?
No. Oh yeah. Henry Mengele.
Yeah, that was Crody.
Yeah,
Hey, what if
yeah,
we had a POI who was like a whistleblower?
See, that would be an interesting POI that you could.
What if we had a POI who was like a software developer who sold his company for millions, then became a billionaire, and then escaped to a tropical country where he committed some crimes, and then he came back to run.
Oh, that's awfully familiar. That dude, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he ran for president.
Okay, can we stop role playing, please?
Guys, stop
Yeah,
LARPing.
Can we stop LARPing, guys? I'm just uncomfortable with this. This is getting kind of problematic.
Can we keep the roleplay to the
Bosun, you are already on the chopping block for lore team. I wouldn't mind.
What do you mean? Bosun's on the totem pole.
Yeah, and he's the top one for getting his head chopped off. Let's go.
I don't even know.
Please.
Curse, I don't even know.
All right. So, what were the agreements that? What was like the set time that we gave Bosun to like up his activity?
Okay. See, Blair. Now you've triggered biggest head autism. You brought it up, and now he's.
You pointed out. You pointed it out.
You're not even.
You pointed out that I'm useless. Now I'm gonna starve.
Hang on. Let me have a look here. From user.
No, don't have a look.
I'm actually going to look. Come on. Like,
No!
How much it is?
While he's having a look.
You already brought this up at the staff meeting. What's fucking wrong with you?
That was
You're
some years
upset.
ago.
Holy shit. Let's see.
So while he's looking that up, can we please make a decision on this persons of interest?
Pearson's
Didn't we already
interest.
make a
Thank
decision?
you.
Didn't we already? We already made a decision.
Oh, besides removing it from the top bar.
I have a
Well,
question.
what decision do you want
I
made?
don't have
Wilson, please
a
follow
good
the
idea.
conversation.
I don't have a good idea of what I want the requirements to be because if we make it lower than GUIs, somebody's just gonna add their pet project to the POI, and then no one else is ever gonna work on it, and no one's happy.
I got a question
Well,
right here.
I designed the person of interest example that I posted to. It's a pretty large amount of work to write this page, which I think it.
I got a question.
Okay.
What's the current, thing? The current, word I'm thinking of. Hold on, I'm blanking. It's like what's the thing for POI? Like how many articles do you have to write for
The
it?
requirements?
Yeah, requirements.
3 articles.
I think it's 3.
3?
3.
Okay.
3 articles, 2 authors.
Okay.
Wow. We do
That's
that.
not that bad.
No,
in
I
the
think-
slightest.
I
From what
think it should be. I think it should be two articles.
From what I understand, what we decided on was like the top kind. If we're dividing the POI page into the high effort like article ones, and then just the list of characters below them, the characters can have a low requirement because you're only gonna.
That was the. That was the whole point. That was the whole point. I wanted
the high requirements for the guys at the top because those are premier characters, or they have a lot of articles and multiple authors, or you just wanted to jack off to your thing on the top, whatever. You can put them up there, but it has high requirements. And then below is just the list.
Okay, so in a you want me to put a list in a collapsible, like, in a collapsible below the actual ones with effort?
Well, not the ones with effort. The ones that have effort, the ones that meet the requirements for the POI articles, the ones below on the list might be better characters. They might have more content out there, but they might just be written by one dude, so they can't qualify. Whatever.
Okay, so yeah, so I put the ones with all the writing at the top, and you want me to put the ones with barely any writing in a collapsible. That's what I understand.
Not necessarily, no. That's not at all what I'm saying.
I'm saying make it.
That is what you're saying,
like,
right? Because I say that's what you're saying.
Make it 2 pages like the MSTs already are. One links to.
Haven't you been working for like the last 7 months to put those all on the same page? Isn't that?
No, you decided not to do it. It's a lot more convenient to have one link to the other. It would look ugly to put the.
Well, why can't we just do something similar to the MST page and just have all the POIs in a list, and then we have linked on their names to an actual page where it shows their stuff?
So nothing changed.
I don't care as long as we don't do tabs.
We're in the middle of talking, Helsberg.
No tabs. No tabs are bad. Tabs are bad.
No tabs, that's gonna make it big.
Fine, yeah, whatever. If it doesn't meet the requirements, it's gonna go into a collapsible below the ones that get a full display on top. Okay?
Alright. Sounds fine.
Compromise.
Yeah. So.
And we can continue to beat each other over the top, the requirements for the top section.
And can we make it like the GOIs too, where inactive ones get put in the inactive tab?
Maybe when we have more than one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we're gonna have 3 lists. So we're gonna have 3 lists: the registry, the list, and the inactive.
Well, not we're not having the inactive for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think another thing we need to talk about while Husberg is still here is Site 002.
We're deleting.
Hellsberg.
Who keeps deleting?
Hellsberg to try and solidify the origins of it.
Give me back Groom Lake, Hellsberg.
No. Talk to biggest.
Lord team, I moved to Site 002.
No.
Beast mode. Beast mode.
Talk to a biggest.
We're bloody reworking the backstory. We've looked into it and we found out there was a giant mining operation that was happening there since the mid 1800s.
Get out of Groom Lake. It's a U.S. installation. Stop. No. Get out.
Okay, what about the Nopah test range? Oh, fuck.
Oh no, the spooky things are contained in Area 51.
Stupid.
What?
Where have we seen
What
them
about
before?
the Nopah?
Dear Lord.
Speak English, please help.
I just woke up. Thanks.
Alright.
Get a better time zone then.
Fuck you.
But I don't know. Pearson here just put a little link to Tonopah Test Range. Never heard of that place. We could possibly use that. We could use. I don't know.
The desert in the western half of the United States is extremely large. So if you need to move it somewhere else, you have almost infinite possibility.
Yeah, but then I play to random place and someone complains.
But then I don't get to use Area 51. I don't care. It shouldn't be at Area 51.
That's racism. I'm calling HR.
Yeah, boss. we never agreed to Area 51. In fact, we're looking to try and change it to be either like right next to it or something like that. Even though it sounds completely stupid, I know. We're just looking to try and do something that is in Area 51 because even though
Closing off Area 51 removes a lot of writing possibilities for other people.
Yeah.
Well,
and then I put it to a random place in the desert, and someone complained about there being a, I don't know, fucking.
Well, if they do that, please give them a link to the video recording of this lore team meeting, and then we'll shut. Preferably.
Yeah. For those future people, stop being fucking gay.
Yeah. Well, okay. If you're okay with Tonopates range, I'll change it.
All right. Thank you. Glad we could set that up.
Well, is everyone okay?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't care.
All the lore team members are okay. That's what matters.
Tonopates range it is.
I don't care.
You do whatever the fuck you want with it. Oh, it's
like
not matter to me.
Hell, I'll later hook you out with fleshing out the backstory because, like I said, we looked into all that stuff. We can
I suppose next up, hey, Ascriber, where are my tonal shifts? Ascriber.
He's
Well,
gone?
Pitbull just grabbed onto his leg and he won't let him. They won't let go. So it's gonna be quite a while till he respawns.
His tail is wagging.
Does the dog have his
I
neck
think
now?
I've got an idea of where to take it. Other than that, I don't have anything to
Okay.
say.
Oh, he's getting swatted. Never mind.
Well, what's your idea of where to take it, Ascriber?
What is
Let's
this
hear.
idea? Can we get like some tangible?
No, you can't. What else do you want to get?
You said you had an idea. So what's the idea?
Who said the idea? The class is waiting. Presentation
I'm not
day.
going to tell you. I'm not confident in it.
Go.
Well, then it's probably not a good idea.
No,
let him flesh it
absolutely
out.
not. If you write into something with absolute confidence and you don't doubt it from start to finish, it's
Well,
probably
see, here's the
it.
thing. We could help you if you would tell us what it was. You know.
You're not
Don't you?
going to.
Oh my god.
You're like a fucking woman.
Okay. Me and Vizlox, well, mostly Vizlox and Logan, have almost got together the protection tone. We just need to polish it up, make sure it's everything we want it to be before shipping out. But protection is basically done, besides a few minor tweaks. That's it.
Cool. And is Thermic? Hey,
I'm
Thermic.
here. What's up?
How's research going?
You do realize Viz took that over immediately when I started doing it, right?
All right, then. Bizlog, how's research?
I didn't take it over me. I took it over like 3 weeks after when you did nothing.
It's not funny. Didn't laugh.
And then I took over protection like 3 months after when Blaren didn't do it. Ascriber, I'm coming for you. You're lucky I don't have any ideas for containment.
Alright, and the thing with Black Site Division Tone is going well as well, so
No one cares about Black Site. The only people who care about Black Site are people who unironically wrote Black Site articles like you and Sinaticus.
and that's based, isn't it?
No, it isn't. No one cares about Black Site.
And you give me one reason why Black Site is bad.
What?
Black Site bad.
Literally everything. There's nothing good about Black Site.
The only ways I'd probably say it'd be good if it was like some kind of archive department, something.
Blaren, it's on the site. It's
years ago. Stopped.
Oh wow, it's on the site. Wow, it's shit. Oh, wow, it's shit. Just like everything else Sinaticus wrote. Hey, whoever's linking this video to Sinaticus, I want you, Sinaticus, to know that I hate him unironically, and I'm out to get him.
We're deleting every piece of work Sinaticus ever did. That's.
I'm out to get you. T. Blaren.
Well, this is going to cause some problems in the future. Anyway. I'm just calling it as it is. Anyway, so is anyone even doing the research tones, or are they already done?
I did that. It's done. Me and
Oh,
Thermic.
cool.
So we're waiting on containment then.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How's the
Alright.
administration tones going?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have that now
Wait, there's
too.
administration tones? What the fuck?
I mean, it's a division. Why isn't there
Administration is
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, come up with an
overlap
idea
so
and then-
hard. No, administration's gonna overlap so hard with containment. It's not even worth doing.
I want an
Yeah, I just don't.
administration. I want him.
There shouldn't be administration tone. I don't think.
I want.
I didn't even want there to be an administration division, but people kept fucking saying, "Oh, but we did so much work on it."
I
It's-
want tones that tell me how much RPCs are worth.
You also want to ruin the ACS, Lupin, so forgive me if I really care about what you
I'm ruining the ACS post, and you can't stop.
Is that an admission? Can we get him kicked off the Lord?
Oh,
Where the fuck is this?
I think that was an ad-
Speaking of kicking people off the
I think
lore,
that was an admission of guilt.
speaking of kicking people off the lore team, so are we gonna set an end date for the GOIs, Blaren?
What GOIs?
The GOI
the
freeze
GOI
end date.
freeze.
No.
I don't like
You know,
GOIs.
Oh yeah, because what was Google? Hold on, was Google Chrome being serious about that, or was he memeing? Because
He was.
I was
serious,
memeing.
And then he was like, "That was retarded." After.
Because I was memeing about it, but I didn't know whether or not he was serious.
I was memeing about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally did a fucking emoji vote in Lore Team that said, "Should we undo the GOI freeze?"
I don't know.
trying to
I-
Look,
I wasn't
look,
sure
I-
if it was serious or not,
The
but-
GOI freeze is for the purpose of working on current GOIs, and the whole point of the GOI freeze is to get those articles out, and if we give them a date, they'll just say, I'm gonna wait to fucking post my fucking not Kawaii Corpse, that's added to the site. What's a shitty one? Hey, Rex, what GOI are you working on?
Damn.
MIRA. How about that one?
iFeed.
The IRA.
No, it's International Anomalous Blood Sports or something.
Intergalactic anomalous blood.
Look, I'm not gonna hold you hostage with the GOI freeze for like half a year. I can guarantee you that. But but believe me when I say there is a reason I am not giving you a date, and I will still refuse to give you a date. I will not hold you hostage for fucking until Sinaticus is unbanned. Okay?
So here's here's the thing, right? I think we don't need to give the GOI freeze an end date if we delete AEP. So I think those are the terms that we should be operating.
So
I don't know,
we
man.
were-
AAP is so
Yeah, and-
fucking boring.
No, I'm
And
right,
at the
Blair.
same time,
No, I'm right on.
Yeah, AAP is so boring, but at the same time, it's got some development because Lupin put in bare minimum during the contest.
Even in the contest, like unironically, I read all the AEP tales for the contest. It really didn't add anything.
The
Other-
contest made me go
other
from
than
being
making-
neutral to AAP to genuinely disliking it.
Yeah, other than giving Anders more Gary Stu powers, but
If Anders is your like premier character, you're not.
oof.
Yeah, it's a big oof.
Yeah, I feel like if AEP wants to be good and people want to genuinely write for it, AEP needs to stop being an alphabet soup and go a different path.
What's
AEP
Lupin, I just don't understand. I just don't understand your dedication because you have dedication for actually good GOI in Blue Book. So why not put your efforts towards that and let AEP? I don't understand.
You know, I got an idea for AEP that I on the forums because I'm active on the now.
Whoa.
Okay.
And I really liked it, and I actually wanted to run it past Lord. Let me pull it up. And it completely changes the idea of AEP, and I would be for even kind of changing the name to go along with this.
It's gonna be
I don't even give a shit about just change the
I know,
fucking
eh?
name so people actually want to write for it. Nobody wants to write for it because it sounds gay.
Change
T.
to
Blaren.
Make it ape.
All right,
Make
okay.
it A.
Well, if we're gonna give some conciliation to AEP, then can we at least agree to delete gear then? Because no one likes gear. Like Lupin likes AEP, but no one likes gear.
Not even its creator.
Vizlog's
Take that bitch,
Hmm.
boy.
There's lock.
Oh,
Gears, it's literally just Amazing Co, but less interesting. It sucks.
It's hard, man.
You liked my tail.
There's the proposed.
You like? Oh no! He sounds hurt. He sounds hurt, Bosun.
So basically,
It's because Gear, it's like they sell anomalies, right? Which is exactly what Amazing Co does. It's just Amazing Co is fun and
Doesn't Gear do it at like high quality?
Well, Amazing Co sells it to hapless people who don't know they're buying anomalies. Gear does it more on a black market.
which is
sort of thing,
interesting. Which is interesting.
No,
Gear-
well, I kind of find people selling shit on the black market and like those black market deals where there's high tension because nobody knows if they're gonna fuck each other over. That's kind of interesting to me.
Oh bloody hell! I think
But does anybody write those kind of
I have an
stories,
idea for
Blair?
I tried. To listen, there was 4 GOIs. There was 4 GOIs. There was a drug GOI, like a criminal GOI, the Raven Mafia, Gear, and I tried to merge them all together into the Syndicate. This like criminal underground, but no, they didn't want it. I tried to make
Gear.
it.
I remember that. I was like, why the fuck is Gear included in this?
Oh,
Raven Mafia is the unironically most cringy shit. And is Hellsberg here?
You have listen, Blair. If you know, listen, Blair. You have not read the description of Mira. Then you should read up on Mira if you.
Gear is the opposite of underground.
That's what I was saying. Like Mira is like another.
No. I just mean
No,
because
no,
he said
no, no.
Raven Mafia was the. He said Raven Mafia was the cringiest, and if he thinks
No. I have read Mira as well, and I've been fucking against Mira since the day it was created because of how it's written. It is
Welcome
bad.
to the lore team meeting of September 14th. Subname Bully Hellsberg edition.
Raven Mafia was.
You came up with Raven Mafia.
Stop it! He's already dead.
I just don't like Raven Mafia because it's like that you can tell they're trying so hard to be cool. The entire article, every article.
But I am
like one of them out. But I am looking to possibly try and rework some of the things that the Raven Mafia are doing. Well, the Raven Mob. That's what they're probably called.
I remember when the first Raven Mafia article came out in like fucking how long ago was that?
It was done, like, so long.
Last September. It was about like a suit that makes you really cool and be able to convince anybody in like business discussions or something. And one of the first complaints was, "Hey, you gotta tone this down. Your guy's trying way too hard to be suave."
Lupin, didn't you came up with Raven Mafia?
No.
No,
that was actually someone else. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
it was someone else. But I am looking to try and like revamp it. I've looked into actual like mafia history.
I tried to
and-
make the Syndicate.
And I've just been looking into the history of the mafia, and I'm just finding all these little interesting things that I could take that I could just take advantage of, like the outfit, the omerta, all this different kind of stuff.
Oh, you're gonna write up the Fallout Mafia? I mean, I don't blame you. Those the Omerta Mafia is pretty good. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about the
Omertas, yeah.
It was like a thing that the mafia did. It was kind of like a I can't remember the bloody name of it, but basically it's like a tradition or some kind of like method. No, not a method. It's like bloody hell. It's too early for this. It's this like tribute or like this no, an agreement that like if a mafia kills another mafia, they won't rat on who it is. That kind of stuff.
Oh god, the Raven Mafia picture of those.
So can I read this out?
What are we reading now?
This was the proposed idea change for the AEP that was on the forums. So please hear me out. The AEP Association is an organization that believes that all the paranormal and supernatural phenomenon are slowly dying out, and that if humanity found out, then they would exterminate what is left. In my interpretation of the AEP Association, they think that the TV trope that their universe operates on is the magic goes away. Consequently, the association's goal is to acquire as many anomalies as they can to safely enclose those anomalies in order to protect them from humanity. Acquire, enclose, protect. So I think it would be more like preserve than protect in this case. What do you think?
You're just changing one letter.
No, it's not about.
What is the
remaining
magic goes away? What is that? What does that mean?
It's a trope in like books and TV and stuff where magic is slowly leaving the world.
Oh, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and the idea is to change the AEP mindset into they're trying to preserve the anomalous, protect. A fundamental.
That
That's changing.
I don't know if that makes me dislike them more, actually. Because now they sound like a, now they sound like a boring serpent's hand or something.
Yeah, that was basically the proposal. It's basically. I just wanted your opinion.
Oh.
Yeah, the proposal he just posted literally starts with the line, "I'm thinking that the AP Association has the potential to be the RPC Universe's equivalent of the circuit."
That's wow. That yikes.
Yeah, I was kind of on it. I wanted the Lord team's thoughts.
You suck.
Yeah, you can't build it with him being an SCP equivalent in mind.
But I think it could be interesting, but that, like, half of the GOIs as well, they could, but they aren't.
Why is this? Why was that voice so quiet?
Alright, so, can we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. Wow, we're just like an awkward party. We're gonna move on after somebody told a bad joke.
No. What did the chicken do when it crossed the road?
Cocoon.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a really bad joke. Thanks, Bosun.
I can't handle the incels. I just.
Alright. On to the next thing. We got anything else to talk about?
I've got two things.
Alright, go
is
biggest.
everyone thinking? Okay,
No, just go now.
Okay, well, let's see. First off, the object class page rewording. I've done a bit more work into it, and I've basically struck out the lethality. The lethality doesn't need any sort of rewording whatsoever. Only two things left to look at, which is the primary and esoteric containment class ratings, which I don't think are needed anymore.
Say again?
Esoteric may be needed for neutralize though.
Maybe I'm still not 100% sure. Like also for some really weird reason, lethality also has the primary as something called like a little sub rating called the primary lethality rating or something like that. Like I'll post it in voice. Look at this. Primary lethality rating. That's just there and it doesn't say anything. It's just, why do we have that?
Why isn't it centered is the biggest question.
What do you mean? Why do we have that?
When there's no secondary lethality rating, why does it say primary?
The original intention was to have more, but if we never had any reason to get more.
Yeah, can we just get rid of that now? I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't need.
Yeah, and then for the containment ratings, I'm thinking that I don't think we probably need those ones either. But that could be up for debate depending on if we want to keep Theta or if we want to keep, or if Ellipson is going to make a comeback, that is.
Did you just say ellipson?
Epsilon, whatever. I get. Sometimes say words weird, okay? It's like salmon and salmon. Whatever.
Okay. Rex had a suggestion that I like. It was adding a lethality rating gray, which is for stuff that's been destroyed.
We already went over that.
But yeah, that would just literally be neutralized.
Oh, did we? Was I not paying
Oh,
attention?
I'm just streaming this instead of recording.
But yeah, that would just
get fucked.
I mean, it gets put to the VOD. It's just a weirder. Instead of recording.
Weirder.
Oh, actually, I don't know if it depends.
Well, whatever.
Alright. Well, anyway, I guess we'll just delete that for the object class for the rework document that Viz has. So we'll just delete that. And I'm still kind of conflicted about whether we should get rid of the primary rating containment or if we should perhaps reword them because.
Oh. It just occurred to me with that primary lethality rating. I think it was intended that we were going to have esoteric lethality.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
tend to block.
all right, so we'll just get rid of that for the We'll just get rid of that for the rewording.
Yeah. What is our policy on author-created containment ratings?
What is that? Oh, someone
don't
kick
like
rhythm too.
Someone's okay. Hang on a second.
You mean like, are like containment ratings specific to like whole articles?
Sorry about that.
Like, what?
Bloody
Yeah.
Those need to be strongly discouraged, in my opinion, because I don't want everyone creating their own object.
It should definitely be strongly discouraged, but we can't. Do we outright ban it? Is the question. I mean, I don't think we do.
The problem with that is that if you look at SCP, a lot of their special object classes are just reskins of the base ones in an attempt to have something different. I don't want a bunch of like esoteric nonsense to take place.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. There better be a damn good reason why you have one.
I think that's something that needs to be run through the lore team. You make it a lore team requirement, and if the article absolutely needs it, then it's okay.
I can agree with that.
No one cares
And
what
then
you want,
after
Jerry.
this,
Jenny.
the other thing left we have for the object class is just the introduction tab. And second off, I finally looked into Bosun. I didn't have to look long to see what kind of messages he left. The first one he left said "Keened." Second one was "Fuck, we gotta go undo the GOI freeze." Third one is "Do we unfreeze the GOIs?" with an entire @ to the lore team. I know, okay. And the last one, remember to blink in 2 seconds. We got 5 messages from Bosun from the past week. What was the? How much was the last one? Just asking.
Bosun, why are you so fucking useless?
Okay, all right, let me tell you what we talked about in the past week. On the lore team. Let's actually look and see what we actually discussed in the lore team chat
messages,
over
they
the
were
last.
they were very important messages.
We have fun here. We have fun here.
So Jerry and Vizlox had like a spurging out argument for about her, and then Biggest had said, "Okay, do we agree?" And Vizlox said, "Yes." And then they argued for a little bit more about the date of the end of the GOI freeze, and then Lupin, hours later, said, "Reminder of the meeting." And then Biggest had brought up the same thing that he brought up just now for the meeting. So why did he bring it up in chat if he was just going to bring it up in the meeting anyway?
But if you
And then
decided
that's
not
it.
to look, you decided not to look before that, where we discussed guard, we discussed departments within protection and research.
And what?
We discussed GOI. It's not like we didn't talk about anything this week.
Certainly didn't talk about a lot.
Well, that's just sometimes happen. But still, 5 messages.
I don't know. I don't know. If you bring up an issue, and ping all the lore team, and then the next post under it is Vizlox saying, "Okay, I'll deal with it." What am I supposed to say at that?
I don't know. Sounds pretty inactive. Sounds pretty inactive.
I don't know.
Listen, if you aren't putting 5 messages a single second, you're useless.
I do think we're railing on him a little hard. It's not like he could do much. He's just not as talented as our other lore team members.
This is true. This is true. He's right.
But at the same time, he's the 6th member. We have an uneven vote.
Wait, we have 6 members.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have an even vote. Right
Yeah, we have 6
Well,
members.
I mean, that's
We're both
possibility
looping because
for
it
a
can't
stalemate.
count.
I'm just gonna say it. Kill White.
I mean, I don't really. Fine. By next lore meeting, if he hasn't done anything, because a week isn't really a good representation, he should definitely find something within like 2 weeks to do.
Make him a J. Lori.
Well, don't worry, Blaren. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block Lupin's change days. So that's gonna be big.
Block
That would be the lack of doing anything, and that would still count against you.
What? No. It would be me actively protecting the sanctity of an element of lore on the site, which I believe is important.
Wait, what are you trying to block?
Whatever stupid autistic thing you're about to do that you keep teasing.
What, the ACS thing?
Yeah.
It's not lore related.
It 100% is actually.
If it conflicts with
article.
ACS, then
It
we're
doesn't.
gonna have to deny it.
Articles have listen, guys. Articles have nothing to do with
It doesn't. It builds off of ACS. It just builds off of ACS in a way that Bosun doesn't.
Well, you know, Lupin,
Well,
it's a rule on the site that you have to ask authors for permission before building off of their articles.
But you can't build.
Yeah, what is it, Lupin?
It's an
Well,
ability.
I'll wait till he presents it. I'll wait till he presents.
Yeah,
when
I'd
he
like to
presents
hear
it,
it,
I'll be there.
Bosun. Please stop yelling over.
So mad.
Please stop yelling over me.
Lupin, can you say it, please?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
This is why I don't hang out with you guys anymore. You're not fun.
I hate you guys.
When's that Risk of Random Day coming out?
17th, and then we can go ditch these
Whenever.
losers.
It's a fake research
When
paper that talks about the ability to detect and measure a.
I don't like that.
Which we already have. So. I mean,
Yeah, it goes further in depth on it.
It's just the AECT except more overpowered.
No.
Well, how does it
Can I
work?
call it a? I have a question, Blair.
Uh-huh.
Can I call a no confidence on myself?
Wait, who just did that?
Curse,
Me.
I have no confidence in you.
Then that makes two of us.
I'm glad you can count. Okay, Biggest, you said you had a second thing. Continue on.
Oh, that was Bosun's stuff. Don't worry about it now. It's all
okay.
good.
But Bosun, I mean, but I'm going to run it past you before I publish.
I'll be very interested to read it. Thank you.
So anyone else got anything to talk about?
I finished my stuff.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's not really much to talk about except for like personal projects.
All right, and we know Bosun doesn't have anything because he's useless. So I guess I will open the floor to anyone in the crowd to talk about what they have to do.
Well, open the doors.
Anyone
to
have
the
any
unwashed
proposals,
mass.
concerns, things to talk about that we didn't cover, etc., etc., etc.?
And no, before you make a post threatening to delete your articles, Chrome, we're not unfreezing the.
Ezekiel, yes isn't telling me what you want to talk about.
We just replaced AEP with Andros because we're both equally retarded, and this one's better.
Thank you! You're so useful! Okay, SS Splinter, what do you got? What do you got for me, please?
Oh, I just wanted to say yes.
I hate all of you.